All right, let's talk about Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs in the biggest of spots. Here we go. I want to just break down the ending of the game, the final two drives that the Chiefs had, because this is where we start. The Buffalo Bills have just found a way to tie the game. They convert on a fourth down play. A lot of teams would fold under the pressure. We don't even consider that as a possibility for Kansas City, right? Of course they're not going to fold under the pressure, which is kind of just a crazy thing to think about on its own. But here's the strategy that they would pull off. And really, quite frankly, they kind of took the Bills coaching staff's lunch money in this game with how well they were out coaching them. So when the Chiefs would see its man coverage, they would do stuff like this, where you're going to have multiple receivers kind of run routes, just trying to clear out the area for Kareem Hunt, the running back, to get open. Watch. Patrick Mahomes is going to take the snap. He flips it to Kareem Hunt. They execute this really well. It's nothing crazy, but it does get you to a little bit closer to the first down marker. What also hurt was Matt Milano then had a face mask call. So not only do you make that play work, you're able to move the ball down the field. So now we have here where the Bills are like, well, okay, we tried man coverage. Let's fool them a little bit. Why not? Oh, look, you have someone in motion and we're pretending as though we're going in motion as well. So, we're playing man coverage, right? No, you see on the screen, they're still playing zone, but you have Travis Kelce's route here. Mahomes takes a snap. He immediately reads what the coverage is, flips it to Mahomes, who then makes a move, flips it to Kelce, who then makes a move. It's just that incredible processing by Mahomes, right, to read the coverage right away and get it there. And it's also that Travis Kelce thing of where he kind of makes the catch drifting towards the bottom of the screen, and so just inherently knows the linebacker on him, Matt Milano, is going to also be going in that direction. So Kelce, when he went for his juke, he essentially had his back turned towards the guy who was juking out. He's juking out a guy, well, not even looking at him, because he just knows where he's going to be. So that was really smart. The Chiefs then, just for fun, decided to run the ball for a couple of yards, which would then bring us to the next play. So now it's going to be a 2nd down and 7 situation. What you're going to have on this one is, so it's a man coverage play. This is maybe one of my favorite plays I've ever seen in my life. This is so fun. So the play itself isn't that crazy. It's, again, man coverage, and the Chiefs know exactly what the coverage is, and they have the perfect concept to beat it because, of course, they do, right? This pick play where you have Kelce trying to get into the way of the corner who's going to be covering. I believe this is Xavier Worthy's route. Yeah, Xavier Worthy is going to be running the route. Watch as when Mahomes takes the snap, he looks and watch what Kelce's doing, where he kind of sees how Hamlin is playing him, just taking a step further down the field, and Kelce is essentially using Hamlin as the pick. So if Kelce runs into the corner, it's a penalty. You can't just run into a corner. That's an illegal play. Usually you have to kind of make it seem as though you're running a route, but then it's hard to actually get the pick. What Kelce's doing is just using the guy who's on him to kind of set the pick that way. This is high-level stuff from Travis Kelce. As you see, Mahomes is going to flip the ball to Worthy. Worthy, then there's no one on him and is able to pick up a ton of yards. Again, that's just the kind of thing where everyone looks at that play and says, what a job by Xavier Worthy. Sometimes setup routes are really what makes plays work, and that is a perfect example of it. Now, at the end, this was not perfect for Kansas City. There was one very bad play. It was this one. There's 4.5 minutes left right here. You're thinking, if you're the Chiefs, let's score 7, because kind of the downside is you have to give the ball back to Buffalo. So you want to make sure you can go up 7. Don't want to put yourself in a situation where the Bills can score a touchdown and maybe that would be the end of the game. However, you see, this is Jordan Phillips going up one-on-one against backup guard Mike Caliendo, and quite frankly, Caliendo's just not going to block this very well. Watch, Mahomes starts to feel some pressure off the edge as well, so he tries to step up in the pocket, and it collapses quickly, and he ends up getting sacked. Because of that, kind of derailed the drive. They had to settle for a field goal instead of a touchdown. Luckily for them, defense was able to hold, though, which allows them to, get the ball back. We would have this situation. So first they ran the ball once. It didn't go for much. It's 2nd down and 9. The Bills are essentially saying, if you want to run the ball, it's not going to happen. You're going to have to throw to beat us, and that's usually what you do in these situations as a defense, is you're kind of daring the other team to throw the ball because you kind of want them to in a lot of circumstances, right? You can get an incompletion, maybe you get a turnover even, that would be great. So the Chiefs are going to say, you know what? Okay, we'll put the ball in Patrick Mahomes' hands. Fine, you win. Here's how this play is going to work, where it's going to be in Mahomes' hands, but not for forever. So Isaiah Pacheco is running a route towards the bottom of the screen. Once again, it's Damar Hamlin who we have to talk about. He is the guy who is supposed to cover Pacheco on this play. So the Chiefs are going to have, it's Justin Watson run out, and he's going to try and get in Damar Hamlin's way. Now, remember what I said. Pick plays are illegal. You can't just run out and block a guy past 1 yard of the line of scrimmage. That would be a penalty. It's offensive pass interference. But there's going to be a Bills player who initiates contact with Watson, and if you initiate contact at that 1 yard line, you can then continue to block. So watch how there is that contact that initially happened, and he kind of uses that to his advantage to bump into Damar Hamlin. That's a legal play right there because they disengaged at the 5 yard mark, which is when you can no longer do that. This is why, I get kind of annoyed sometimes when there's the whole, like, oh, Chiefs, they get all the calls. It's like, well, no, they understand the rules. They know how to use these little edges. And if you can, have that initial contact, well, then if you bump someone down the field, they're not going to call a pick play on it. So Watson used that to their advantage. Now, Pacheco did step out of bounds. That's not ideal because had he not done that, then, the game's, it's not over, but they would have had a much better chance. Like, you even saw Patrick Mahomes, like, he was celebrating, and then he said, like, yeah, he was down, right? That wasn't, I believe what he's saying is that was, saying, oh, no, that was not a out-of-bounds play. Unfortunately, it was for the Chiefs, so now they have to make another play. They run the ball twice, kill the rest of the timeouts for the Bills, but you're in a bit of a unique situation, right? This game is far from over, actually. It felt over at this point, but it really wasn't, because with 1 minute and 35 seconds left, if they don't convert here, you have to try a long field goal. You can kill another 40 seconds, you assume, as long as you keep the ball inbounds and don't throw an incompletion, plus the time it takes to run the play. So maybe 50 seconds left. You could still be looking at a situation where you're up 6 with 50 seconds left. You feel okay, but what if you throw an incompletion? Now it's a 52-yard field goal. You're only up, with a minute 30 left. Like, what if the field goal gets missed? Then the Bills have a great chance. So this is still a really important play. You see what the Chiefs are doing. Again, it's going to be man coverage for the Bills, and they have a concept designed to beat man coverage, which, again, it just feels like whatever coverage you're running, the Chiefs they've called the exact play to beat it, where they're going to try and hit Samandre Pirine, the guy who entered the game as the third-string running back. They're trusting him on the biggest play of the game on a 3rd down and 9. I want you to look at Terrell Bernard. He is the linebacker on this play. He's in charge of covering Pirine one-on-one. So if it is a passing play, that's where he has to go. As you see when this play begins, as of right here, so he kind of fights through the traffic pretty well, actually. I mean, it's not perfect, but he's able to get in position to try and tackle Samandre Pirine. This is the one play you could say wasn't perfectly called. Now, again, part of why you run this play is very high percentage chance of getting a catch here, also getting some yards. So even if you only gain 5 yards, now it's, like I said, you're up 6 with 50 seconds left. You feel okay. But here, Samandre Pirine just makes Bernard miss. Because of that, he picks up the 1st down. They can just kneel out the clock. Don't even have to worry about it. I mean, it's an incredible play from the Kansas City Chiefs, and this is just what they were able to do. It's death by 1,000 paper cuts, right? And that's exactly how they can win the game. That's what they did right here. So, yeah, it's impressive stuff. And again, it's everyone buying in, right? Kelsey with the, hey, he did not have a ton of catches, still makes a great play setting up that pick. It's, everyone buying in on these plays. I mean, you have 3 or 4 setup routes on each of these plays to make it work. And that's what makes this Kansas City team so successful. So many guys know how to buy in. And then, you got Patrick Mahomes. That helps too. But yeah, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from ya. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.